Good morning, everybody. In the previous lecture, we had seen that means for taking the overhead shots or for the shooting of overhead shots, writer Satyajit Ray has brought the crane machine, and with the help of that crane machine, he took some overhead shots of that film Pather Panchali. Okay, and when all those shots have taken up, uh, then writer Satyajit Ray was decided to send that machine back. And when that machine was sending back at that time, they were pulling up the machine on the truck, and at the same time, that machine tottered, that crane machine tottered and crashed on the coolies. One of the coolies has died on the spot, and second one was disabled for life. So this is the tragedy which was happened with the writer's first film, Pather Panchali, in reality. And after that, writer was so shocked with that incident, he was stood rooted to the spot, and he didn't know what to do and what not. So in this way, there was the what we can say tragic incident which has been taken place, and it took some time to realize the author what has happened with his team, or we can say with the crane machine. And a writer was realized that if we had not brought that particular machine to take the overhead shots, then this incident or this type of incident should not have happened. So in this way, writer was just what I can say, trying to make himself or saying himself responsible for that particular incident. Okay, let's move towards our next paragraph. The striving means trying, prayatna karne. The striving to find a balance between means and ends applies particularly to a place like Bengal, where the smallness of the market and the circumstances of the distribution provide an automatic check on technical expansion. So, writer was writer was striving to make a balance between means and ends, and that applies particularly to a place like Bengal. आणि बेंगॉल सारख्या ठिकाणी ज्या ज्या साधनांसाठी बेंगॉल सारख्या ठिकाणी ज्या ज्या साधनांसाठी लेखकांना म्हणजे he used to maintain a balance between means and ends, and in a city like Bengal or in a place like Bengal, he has to make a balance between means and ends, where the smallness of the market and the circumstances of distribution provide an automatic check on the technical expansion. Because in a place like Bengal, there were not so much technical things were there, and so there was not there was not a crane machine in his studio. So he just brought that crane machine from another video and complete whatever shots he wanted to take with the help of that machine. For instance, when in 1962 I decided to make a film in color, I had to plan the whole thing in terms of shooting on location, because it is not worthwhile for studios here to employ the number of lights needed for shooting interiors. So further, Satyajit Ray was telling here that, or we can say he has stated that, for instance, when in 1962 I decided to make a film in color. Actually, in 1962, the writer Satyajit Ray decided to make a film in color, or a color film. I had to plan the whole thing in terms of shooting on location, and writer had to plan the whole thing about the shooting and about everything, about the location. So everything he had to प्लॅन, म्हणजे त्यांना प्रत्येक गोष्टीचा प्लॅन करायचं काम पडलं. म्हणजे शूटिंग कशी करायची, शूटिंग कुठे करायची, लोकेशन कोणतं असलं पाहिजे, कारण की ऑल द फॅसिलिटीज वे आर नॉट अवेलेबल देअर in 1962 in his studio. That's why he had to plan for everything, because it is not worthwhile for studios here to employ the number of lights needed for shooting interiors, because there were not a number of lights which were needed for the shooting interiors, or we can say for the interior shooting. कारण की त्याच्या मागचं कारण असं होतं की लेखकांचा जो स्टुडिओ होता फिल्म शूटिंग साठीचा, त्या स्टुडिओमध्ये जे इंटेरियर लाईट्स जेवढ्या प्रमाणात पाहिजे होते तेवढ्या प्रमाणात इंटेरियर लाईट सुद्धा नव्हती. आणि जेव्हा आपण कलर शूटिंग करतो, कलर फिल्म बनवतो, तेव्हा इंटेरियर लाईट्स म्हणा किंवा ज्या ज्या वस्तू लागतात त्या त्या सर्व वस्तू लेखकांजवळ नव्हत्या. म्हणून लेखक असे म्हणतात की ही हॅड टू प्लॅन फॉर एव्हरीथिंग, फॉर द लोकेशन, फॉर shooting interiors, for lights, and for everything he had to plan for making what we can say color film in 1962. If I wanted to shoot a color film in a studio, I would probably have to do it in Bombay and Madras. And if now writer has decided to make a color film in 1962, but if he wanted to shoot that film in studio, then he had to do the shooting of that particular color film either in Bombay or in Madras. आता लेखकांनी कलर फिल्म बनवण्याचं 1962 मध्ये ठरवलं होतं, परंतु त्या कलर फिल्मचं जे शूटिंग होतं ते जर लेखकांना स्टुडिओमध्येच शूट करायचं होत असतं, म्हणजे शूट करण्याचं काम पडलं असतं, तर मात्र लेखकांना त्याच्या फिल्मची शूटिंग आहे ती एक तर बॉम्बेला बनवावी लागलेली असती, शूटिंग घ्यावी लागली असती बॉम्बेच्या स्टुडिओमध्ये किंवा मद्रासच्या स्टुडिओमध्ये त्यांना त्या फिल्मची शूटिंग घेण्याचं काम पडलं असतं. द कॉस्ट वुड बी टू हाय फॉर अ बेंगाली फिल्म अँड वन वुड हॅव टू थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ हिंदी और तामिळ. Further, writer stated that the cost of that filmmaking, of that colorful filmmaking, the cost would be too high for Bengali film. आणि तेव्हा 1962 ला जर म्हणजे लेखकांनी ठरवलं होतं ऍट दॅट टाइम द कॉस्ट ऑफ मेकिंग अ कलरफुल फिल्म वुड बी टू हाय फॉर अ बेंगाली फिल्म. आणि बेंगाली फिल्म आपल्याला कलर मध्ये बनवायची जर होती तर त्या बेंगाली फिल्मला खर्च खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणात आला असता किंवा आला होता. अँड वन वुड हॅव टू थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ हिंदी और तामिळ, अँड वन वुड हॅव थिंक टू मेक दॅट पर्टिक्युलर फिल्म आयदर इन हिंदी लँग्वेज और इन तामिळ लँग्वेज. बट as far as Bengali film is concerned, it is the thing that one should think over that. परंतु बेंगाली फिल्मवर तेवढा खर्च करणं म्हणजे त्या काळामध्ये परवडणारं नव्हतं. जर तीच फिल्म तामिळ किंवा हिंदी असती तर कोणत्याही डायरेक्टरनं सहज खर्च केला असता. Since I believe it is impossible to make a good film in a language one is not fluent in, I see little chance of that happening. It is as simple as that, really. So further, Satyajit Ray stated that since I believe it is impossible to make a good film in a language one is not fluent in. परंतु आपल्याला हिंदी किंवा तामिळमध्ये जर फिल्म बनवायची असेल तर एखादा व्यक्ती त्या लँग्वेज मध्ये जर निष्णात नसेल, त्याला फ्लुएंट नसेल तर अशा लँग्वेज मध्ये फिल्म बनवणं शक्य नाही किंवा अशक्य गोष्ट आहे. आय सी लिटिल चान्स ऑफ दॅट हॅपनिंग. आणि म्हणून लेखक सत्यजित राय म्हणतात की मला म्हणजे ती गोष्ट पूर्णत्वास जाईल असं वाटलं नाही, कारण की तिथं देअर वॉज अ लिटिल चान्स ऑफ दॅट हॅपनिंग, कारण की थोडीशी संधी तिथं ती पूर्ण करण्याची होती. इट इज ऍज सिम्पल ऍज दॅट, रिअली. आणि टू मेक अ फिल्म इन आवर रिजनल लँग्वेज इज ऍज सिम्पल ऍज दॅट, रिअली. ते खूप सोपं असते आपल्या रिजनल लँग्वेज मध्ये किंवा नॉन लँग्वेज मध्ये फिल्म बनवणं. Talking of means and ends, I think the primary reason why the new wave films have that rough edge to them is that they cannot afford the polish. Further, he stated that talking of means and ends, I think the primary reason why the new wave films have that rough edge to them is that they cannot afford the polish. म्हणजे जर मीन्स आणि एंड्स बद्दल बोलायचं झालं तर खरं कारण किंवा द प्रायमरी रिझन जे मुख्य कारण आहे न्यू वेव्ह फिल्म बद्दल म्हणजे नवीन विचाराच्या फिल्म्स बद्दल. न्यू वेव्ह मीन्स अ पर्टिक्युलर काइंड ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंटल सिनेमा popularized in the 1960s by French filmmakers such as Jean-Luc Godard and Francois Truffaut. म्हणजे त्या काळच्या प्रचलित पद्धतीनुसार जर एखादी फिल्म बनवायची असली आणि त्या फिल्मचं मेन जे कारण असायचं न्यू वेव्ह फिल्म्सचं हॅव दॅट रफ एज टू देम इज दॅट दे कॅनॉट अफोर्ड द पॉलिश. मीन्स दोज फिल्म्स which were made during 1960s, those films they those films they cannot afford to polish. त्या फिल्मला पॉलिश करणं त्यांना ते अफोर्ड होऊ शकणारी गोष्ट नव्हती. पॉलिश इज रिअली अ मॅटर ऑफ टाइम अँड इन फिल्म्स as we all learn sooner or later time equates. Just a minute, let me admit some student. पॉलिश इज रिअली अ मॅटर ऑफ टाइम. आणि कोणतीही फिल्म पॉलिश करणं आपण म्हणतो ना एडिटिंग री एडिटिंग आणि इतर गोष्टी कटिंग जे काही त्या गोष्टी आहेत त्याला दॅट पॉलिश इज रिअली अ मॅटर ऑफ टाइम. आणि एखादी फिल्म पॉलिश करणं इट इज रिअली अ मॅटर ऑफ टाइम. ते वेळेवर बरचसं अवलंबून असते. अँड इन फिल्म्स ॲज वी ऑल लर्न सुनर ऑर लॅटर टाइम इक्वेट्स परफेक्टली विथ मनी. अँड इन फिल्म्स आणि आपण फिल्मचा जर विचार केला कोणती फिल्म पॉलिश करायची आणि कोणती फिल्म नाही ॲज वी ऑल लर्न सुनर ऑर लॅटर म्हणजे जे फिल्म इंडस्ट्री मधले खास करून प्रोड्युसर आणि डिरेक्टर्स लोक राहतात ते आता किंवा नंतर म्हणजे फिल्म बनवत असताना ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ते शिकतात. टाइम इक्वेट्स परफेक्टली विथ मनी. वेळ तर महत्वाचाच असतो. टाइम इक्वेट्स परफेक्टली विथ मनी आणि वेळेसोबत पैसा सुद्धा तेवढाच महत्वाचा असतो. विथ ट्रू Gallic flair. Gallic means French tendency. With true Gallic flair, the new wave has turned this lack into a virtue. परंतु आपण फ्रेंच टेंडन्सीचा जर विचार केला विथ ट्रू गॅलिक फ्लेअर द न्यू वेव्ह हॅज टर्न धिस लॅक इनटू अ व्हर्च्यू. परंतु फ्रेंच टेंडन्सीचा आपण विचार केला तर त्या फ्रेंच टेंडन्सीमुळे किंवा न्यू वेव्ह मुळे आपण दॅट वॉज अ लॅक to polish a film that was a lack because it takes so much time as well as money. But as far as Gallic flair is concerned, means that Gallic flair or the new wave has turned this lack into a virtue. परंतु ही जी उणीव होती ही उणीव म्हणजे सद्गुणामध्ये त्या गॅलिक फ्लेअरनं म्हणा किंवा न्यू वेव्हनं म्हणा बदलून टाकली. They have done away both with conventional story and conventional style. And as far as French tendency is concerned, they have done away both with conventional style and conventional story. म्हणजे कन्व्हेन्शनल स्टोरी आणि कन्व्हेन्शनल स्टाईल त्यांनी दे ब्लेंडेड कन्व्हेन्शनल स्टोरी अँड कन्व्हेन्शनल स्टाईल अँड दे हॅव डन पॉलिश विथ देअर फिल्म्स. If Jules et Jim set out to tell a conventional story, that is the name of director. If Jules et Jim set out to tell a conventional story, one would be merely irritated by the jump cuts, freeze frames, and handheld shots that jog its contours. And if some directors set out to tell a conventional story, French for Jules and Jim. Okay, Jules and Jim means Jules and Jim. It means the same as the English saying Tom, Dick, and Harry. Jules and Jim means टॉम डिक अँड हॅरी. म्हणजे जसं इंग्लिश फिल्म आहे तशीच ती ज्युल्स अँड जिम आहे. Truffaut is far too sensible an artist to do that. And Truffaut is a famous artist. Truffaut is far too sensible an artist to do that. आणि हा जो ट्रुफॉट होता तो ट्रुफॉट इज रिअली अ सेन्सिबल आर्टिस्ट अँड ही कॅन do all the polished things to his films. We may not identify or sympathize with the droll. Droll means त्याला म्हणतो आपण मनोरंजक. Droll means let me see what is droll. See here, curious or unusual in a way which provokes amusement. करमणूक करणारे सिनेमे किंवा स्टोरीज. So we may not identify or sympathize with the droll. म्हणजे मनोरंजन करणारे किंवा करमणूक करणारे सिनेमांना आपण आयडेंटिफाय करू शकत नाही किंवा ज्याला म्हणून कदाचित आयडेंटिफाय करू शकणार नाही किंवा सिंपती देऊ शकणार नाही. Waywardness of its characters means the way they have portrayed their characters, we cannot identify them or we cannot sympathize the waywardness of those characters. But there is no denying its stylistic consistency and therefore its validity as a work of art. But we cannot deny the stylistic consistency of the films of Truffaut and therefore its validity as a work of art. आणि त्याची स्टायलिस्टिक कन्सिस्टन्सी जी आहे, वी कॅनॉट डिनाय दॅट स्टायलिस्टिक कन्सिस्टन्सी अँड दॅट्स वाय वॉट एव्हर वर्क दे डू that work is what we can say, that work is the valid one. I hope that you are getting whatever I am teaching here. Of the other major European filmmakers, Antonioni displays a rare economy of means. At heart, he is classicist. The structure of his stories reveals that. Reveal म्हणजे सांगणे, उघड करणे. On the surface, his films are stark. Stark means त्याला म्हणतो आपण सेवर, कठोर. And devoid of frills. Devoid of frills means lack of consistency. Devoid of frills means lack of consistency. Feelings are muted. Feelings are muted, and there is a genuine attempt at a revelation of states of mind through action and behavior. Antonioni's films stand or fall on the degree of conviction achieved in their human relationship. So further, Satyajit Ray stated here that of the other major European filmmakers, as far as the other European filmmakers are concerned, Antonioni displays a rare economy of means, especially the director Antonioni, which displays a rare economy of means. Whatever means he used in his films, means he used those means in an economical way, we can say. At heart, he is a classicist. The structure of his stories reveals that. And as far as his heart is concerned, he is really a classicist in making his film. And being a classicist, the structure of his stories reveals that. And if we have gone through the structure of his stories, if we see the structure of his stories, his structure tells that, means the way he used all his story, the way he reveals all his story, or if we have gone through the structure of his stories, then one can see or one can identify the director who make that story or who make that film is really a classicist one. On the surface, his films are stark, but as far as the surface of his stories are concerned, that surface is really stark, or we can say sewer surface was there in his story. And divide of frills means there is a lack of consistency in his story. If we see the surface of Antonioni's stories, then we come to know the surface of his stories or the surface of his films are sewer, or we can say stark. And there is also the lack of consistency in his story or in his films. Feelings are muted, and there is a genuine attempt at a revelation of states of mind through action and behavior. And in his films, feelings are muted. Whatever feelings are there that has been displayed or that has to be displayed by the characters, those feelings are muted in his story or in his film. And there is a genuine attempt at a revelation of states of mind through action and behavior. But though the feelings are muted in his story, but there is a genuine attempt, there is the real attempt at the revelation of the states of mind through action and behavior. म्हणजे जरी त्यांच्या पिक्चर मध्ये ज्या फिलिंग्स कॅरेक्टरने डिस्प्ले करायला पाहिजे त्या फिलिंग्स डिस्प्ले करत नसले, त्या फिलिंग्स म्यूट असल्या तरीही त्या फिलिंग म्यूट असल्या तरीही त्यांचा जो एक जेन्युइन अटेम्प्ट असायचा, जो रिअल अटेम्प्ट असायचा, खास करून रिव्हिलेशन ऑफ स्टेट ऑफ माइंड, म्हणजे एक मानवी मनाची जी उकल जी असते, मानवी मनाची जी उकल दाखवायची असते किंवा जे स्पष्टीकरण दाखवायचं असते ते ऍक्शन आणि बिहेवियर मधून मात्र दाखवलं जायचं. इट हॅज बीन शोन थ्रू द ऍक्शन अँड बिहेवियर. Antonioni's films stand or fall on the degree of conviction achieved in their human relationship. And Antonioni is famous at that time for showing the conviction which has been achieved in their human relationship. Means in his film, there is the human relationship. There is the revelation of human relationship in his film or in his story. Further, Satyajit Ray stated here that Fellini from the same country is a romantic and at the other extreme from Antonioni. So Antonioni and Fellini belong to the same country. Antonioni and Fellini belongs to the same country and their country was Italy. So both of these directors belongs to the same country, but Antonioni's style was different, and Fellini from the same country is a romantic. Actually, Fellini is a romantic director, or he was making the film on romantic subject. And at the other extreme from Antonioni, and he has the other aspect of Antonioni. Antonioni was different, and he was different. Antonioni means Antonioni's films or stories, that particular stories are very what we can say savor, and there is the lack of consistency. But on the other hand, or we can say on the contrary, Fellini is a romantic and at the other extreme from Antonioni. म्हणजे फेलिनी हा रोमॅन्टिक डिरेक्टर होता आणि अँटोनियोनी हा थोडा कठोर पद्धतीचा. मीन्स he has shown in his story or in his films the issues of severness, the issues of reality. But in Fellini's films or in Fellini's stories, there is a romanticism in his story. I am eclectic enough to be able to admire both. But here, Satyajit Ray was little bit eclectic enough. He was eclectic enough to be able to admire both. Here, Satyajit Ray was just admired both of these, what we can say, directors from the Italy. Let me admit some students. Okay. So I am eclectic enough to be able to admire both. परंतु सत्यजित राय असे म्हणतात की I am eclectic enough. I am wise enough to be able to admire both. म्हणजे मी दोघांचीही या बाबतीमध्ये प्रशंसा करेल. I will admire both of these directors, although I feel that with his wider sympathies, his wit, and his greater vitality and optimism, Fellini will have a longer creative life than Antonioni. Means as far as the sympathy, wider sympathies, wit, and greater vitality of Fellini or optimism of Fellini is concerned, Fellini will have a longer creative life than Antonioni. म्हणजे जर आपण फेलिनीच्या वायडर सिंपथीचा विचार केला, त्याच्या बुद्धीचा विचार केला आणि त्याचा ऑप्टिमिझमचा जर विचार केला तर निश्चितपणे Fellini will be more creative, or we can say Fellini will have a longer creative life than Antonioni. म्हणजे फेलिनीचं जे क्रिएटिव्ह लाईफ आहे ते अँटोनियोनी पेक्षा निश्चितच जास्त आहे असं इतर सत्यजित राय यांना वाटते. This brings me to the second question that the interviewers like to put me, and that is, who has influenced you most in your work? So in the beginning of this lesson, when we commenced this lesson, at that time we have come to know that writer has been asked two questions by the interviewers. The first question was that means why and how the writer migrated from one field, one creative field to the other creative field. Okay, that was the first question. And the second question is that which one was asked by the interviewers, that is, who has influenced you most in your work. दुसरा प्रश्न बघा, पहिला प्रश्न आपण लेसनच्या सुरुवातीलाच पाहिला होता की लेखकांना जे मायग्रेशन केलं होतं, ज्याला आपण स्थलांतर म्हणतो, जे मायग्रेशन केलं होतं, कारण की आपल्याला माहित आहे जे सत्यजित राय जे आपले लेखक आहेत या लेसनचे, ते लेखक अगोदर he worked as a graphic designer. He worked as a graphic designer in the initial part of his life, and then further he migrated, means as a graphic designer, he migrated as a director in filmmaking. And both of those fields are creative, means graphic designer to wrap or to design the wrappings of the soap is a creative field, as we all know, or I had also told you in your first lecture. म्हणजे जे आपले साबण राहतात पहा, जे साबण आहेत आपले, खास करून आंघोळीचे जे साबण राहतात त्याच्यावरला कव्हर बघा तुम्ही. साबण आता जनरली इतर प्रॉडक्ट्स बघा आणि साबण बघा, साबणावरलं खास करून जे कव्हर राहते ते जे कव्हर खूपच असं एक्सपेन्सिव्ह राहते, अट्रॅक्टिव्ह राहते आणि काय म्हणू आपण क्रिएटिव्ह राहते. प्रत्येक साबणाचं तुम्ही कव्हर बघा. मोस्ट ऑफ द wrappings of the soap, if we have observed all those wrappings, then we can come to know that wrappings are very expensive, that wrappings are attractive, and that wrappings are also creative. म्हणजे ते जे wrappings राहतात ते फार क्रिएटिव्ह राहतात, म्हणजे फार कलात्मक पद्धतीने बनवलेले राहतात. त्याच्यानंतर ते महाग राहतात आणि सहज, म्हणजे आपण जर ह्या गोष्टींचा विचार केला तर आपल्या डोक्यात असं येईल की त्याच्यामधला जो प्रॉडक्ट आहे, म्हणजे कोणतीही साबण असो, ज्या कोणत्या कंपनीची साबण आपण वापरत असू, ती तर आपण आंघोळीसाठी वापरतोच, परंतु त्या रॅपर्सचा काय उपयोग, परंतु त्या रॅपर्सचा उपयोग मार्केटिंगसाठी लोक करतात. आणि म्हणून ह्या गोष्टीसाठी ग्राफिक डिझायनर, क्रिएटिव्ह ग्राफिक डिझायनर असतात आणि त्या ग्राफिक डिझायनरच्या माइंड मधून ही कॉन्सेप्ट बाहेर आलेली असते आणि तशा पद्धतीने त्यांनी ते डिझाईन केलेलं असते. आणि जर त्याचं डिझाईन, म्हणजे कोणत्याही साबणाचं डिझाईन जर आपण रॅपर जर आपण असंच बनवलं दुय्यम क्वालिटीचं, तर customers will not be attracted towards that soap. And जर कस्टमर अट्रॅक्टच झाले नाही तर the owner of that company will definitely get loss while selling or marketing the products, whatever products the company made. And that's why as a graphic designer, our writer used to design the wrappers of the soap. And that was the first question which has been asked by the interviewers to the writers, that why and how you migrated as a graphic designer to the filmmaker. म्हणजे तुम्ही एक ग्राफिक डिझायनर म्हणून फिल्म मेकर कडे का स्थलांतर केलं. कारण की ह्या दोन्ही ज्या फील्ड होत्या, ग्राफिक डिझायनर ही सुद्धा फील्ड क्रिएटिव्ह होती आणि फिल्म मेकर ही सुद्धा करिअर म्हणजे फील्ड होती, ती क्रिएटिव्ह होती. बोथ ऑफ दीज fields are creative, but the difference is that writer was quite what we can say settled down. Writer was quite settled down as a graphic designer. He developed his career as a graphic designer, but meanwhile he transited from a graphic designer to a filmmaker. And that's why the interviewers were asked the questions that why and how did you transit from one field to another. आणि म्हणून इंटरव्ह्यूअर म्हणजे मुलाखत घेणारे जे लोक होते त्यांना तोच प्रश्न विचारत असायचे की तुम्ही एका फील्ड मधून दुसऱ्या फील्डमध्ये स्थलांतर का केलं. कारण की तुमची पहिल्या फील्डमध्ये तुम्ही बऱ्यापैकी किंवा चांगल्या पद्धतीनं तुमचं करिअर डेव्हलप केलं होतं, तरी सुद्धा ती फील्ड सोडून तुम्ही फिल्म मेकिंगच्या फील्डमध्ये का आले, का तुम्ही ट्रान्झिशन केलं किंवा मायग्रेशन केलं. हा इंटरव्ह्यूअर्सचा पहिला प्रश्न असायचा. आणि अर्धा लेसन संपल्याच्या नंतर लेखक आपल्याला सांगतात, दुसरा प्रश्न हा होता की हु हॅज इन्फ्लुएन्स्ड यू मोस्ट इन युअर वर्क. तुमच्या कामामध्ये, म्हणजे खास करून फिल्म मेकिंगच्या, हु हॅज इन्फ्लुएन्स्ड यू मोस्ट इन युअर वर्क. तुमच्या कामामध्ये तुम्हाला सर्वात जास्त तुमच्यावर प्रभाव कोणी टाकला, असा हा दुसरा प्रश्न होता. वी विल सी द आन्सर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन in our next lecture. Here I would like to stop. Thank you very much for listening me patiently. Thank you.